Hey everyone, so welcome to week 6 of science, and this week we only have one assignment. However, it is still connected to the seeds theme that we did last week, but this week we are again only doing one assignment. And what I have you guys doing is that we need to open the document, and this is the assignment. So when you guys click this open, it'll take you to this. Now, once you get to this, it has instructions. It says log into FoosWeb.com. So we have to go to FoosWeb, which I have right here, and then we have to use this login. You're going to use this username and you're going to use this password. Where it says GR3EPS2020 is the username, which I put in right here. And then the password is 3rd grade EPS20, which I put below. And then what you're gonna do is just simply sign in and make sure you guys are just logging in. You don't have to do a visit as a guest. So log in, and this is what your page will look like. Then you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna click on this one, Structures of Life. Click on Structures of Life, and this is what it's gonna look like. Now, you have 3 categories. So we're gonna go to tutorials right here, the bottom one. Click on tutorials, and you're gonna click on plant basic needs. Okay? Now, this is a video that we're gonna watch. This video is connected with these questions here, okay? So let's go over the questions. What are the basic needs of plants? So we have to keep an eye out on basic needs of plants with this video. Second question says, why don't plants need to eat food? So we will have to, again, look at the video. Where do plants get water, and why is water important for plants? So there are 2 parts to this one question. Plants get their water from blank. Water is important for plants because blank, and you'll find that out in the video. What is something you already knew before you watched this tutorial? So once we're done watching this video, you guys will have to just say one thing that you guys knew from watching the video. And then what does germinate mean? So the cool thing about this website is that it gives you a vocabulary section. So if you look at media library and you look at the last one, it says vocabulary. And then you're going to want to click on vocabulary definitions. And it also comes in Spanish for those who are, bilingual, or you guys want to learn a little bit of Spanish, you can as well. And then it's going to take you, remember, click on vocabulary definitions, this one. And then you're going to want to click, it'll give you this page. And it goes by alphabetical order. So make sure you go to G for germination, and says the onset of a seed's growth. So I think that's a little bit tough. So I looked it up myself, and this is the definition that I found. Germination is the process by which a plant grows from a seed. So it's basically, in other words, when a seed is going through the process of becoming a plant. That is what germination means, and that is what's gonna go in this line. Then in this question, it says, describe the cause and effect relationships between plants and light. So in the video, there is going to be a connection between plants and light, and you guys have to find out the cause and effect between plants and light. And then here it says, describe the cause and effect between plants and water. So just give you a hint there. This is between plants and light and plants and water. So it's 2 different things. And then our focus question is, what effect does water have on seeds? And you guys have to answer. The effect that water has on seeds is blank, blank, blank. So if we were to watch this video, I recommend you guys having this printed out if you can, but if not, it's okay. I'm going to keep going back and forth with it because I can help you guys out. So the good thing about this video is that it also comes with subtitles, so you will see the words here. Another good thing about this is that you can pause and you can go back to whatever part of the video you want to by pressing on the circle, and it'll go to the very beginning of that part of the video, and you can rewatch it just in case you missed anything. Or if you want to use this button as like a rewind button, you can. So let's do this.
Required to live and grow. What are the basic needs of plants?
So if you want to, we can pause, and it's saying here, what are the basic needs of plants? That sounds like the first question. So let's see here.
Plants need water, nutrients, air, space, and sunlight.
So there you got it. You have your first answer. Alrighty? Let's keep going. The next question that we need to look out on is, why don't plants need to eat food? So let's see.
But they don't need to eat food. That's because they make their own.
Well, there we go. That is another one. So there you can put that in your second question. The third question, is saying, where do plants get water, and why is water important for plants? Let's see.
Plants get water from the ground through their roots. Dissolved in the water are nutrients that the plant uses to make food.
Okay. Remember, do you guys see how I'm like pausing? I'm pausing it so that I can go back to the question. So here it's asking, plants get their water from, and it says right here. And then it's asking, water is important for plants because why? Why is it important? So you will get both of your answers from this part, okay? Now the next question is, what is something you already knew before you watched this tutorial? You can actually answer this maybe at the end when the video is over. So I would skip this. This you can fill out whenever because I already gave you guys the definition for it. And then here are our last three questions. So what is the cause and effect between plants and light? So let's see if we can find anything with that.
Little openings on the leaves allow air to enter and leave the plant. Plants need air to make food and use that food to live and grow.
So here it's saying little openings on the leaves allow air to enter and leave the plant. Plants need air to make food and use that food to live and grow. Does that connect with anything here with plants and light, plants and water? If you don't see anything, then we can move on. So let's continue.
Plants also need sunlight. Sunlight provides the energy that plants need to make food.
So here is talking about plants and sunlight. So sunlight provides the energy that plants need to make food. So what is the cause and effect relationships between plants and light? This is where you can find your answer. And then the next question is asking, describe the cause and effect relationship between plants and water. So let's see.
Do you want to review some of the vocabulary words before you continue?
So you have the option to click yes or no. But before we begin with that, if you guys already know the answer to this one, I'm pretty sure you guys would know it. What is the relationship between plants and water? I'll give you guys a hint. If you can add water to a plant, what does that do to the plant? And that is your cause and effect. So what's the relationship between plants and water? And you have your answer. And then what is the question here? This is our focus question. I would recommend to wait until you guys finish watching the whole video and then you can answer this question. So here it's giving you the option, do you want to review some of the vocabulary words? If you want to, so click yes.
Click on a word to find out what it means. When you're ready to move on to the next activity, click done.
So let's click on nutrient.
A nutrient is something that living things need to grow and stay healthy.
All right, and if you guys think you guys know the rest, then you don't have to look through them, but let's go through carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide is a gas made of carbon and oxygen.
So carbon dioxide is very important when it comes to our environment and to plants. If you guys want to learn more about that, you guys can, look it up, or if you guys want to, if you guys have any questions about that, you guys can definitely ask, and I can find a video and it'll explain to you guys, the basics of carbon dioxide. If you guys want to know about the basic need.
A basic need is something that is essential for an organism to survive.
So there's a question here. You guys can see the basic needs of a plant. So this is the definition, something that is essential for an organism to survive. So if we were to go to done, it's gonna load and it'll just take a little while until it gets to 100, and you will be able to do an experiment. It's kind of fun. I did it and it was pretty easy to do. Okay.
Let's do an experiment to find out what we need to make seeds germinate.
So germinate means to grow.
We know plants have basic needs to grow, but do seeds need all the basic needs to germinate? Let's find out. Check the boxes to show which of these are basic needs of plants.
So this is where your experiment starts, boys and girls.
Click done when you are finished.
When you are going through this experiment, you guys are going to have to answer some questions. They will have nothing to do with this. You will have nothing to answer more with this. The only question you have to do is just the focus question, which again, I told you guys I would recommend to complete this when you're done with everything, and then you can answer your question. But if you know it now, then by all means answer it. But I think after doing this experiment, you'll have a better idea of the effect that water has on seeds. So I'm going to have you guys complete this experiment by yourselves, because I think this is something that, you can do on your own, or if you want to do it with your parent with you by your side, you can. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you get some answers wrong, that's totally okay. It'll have you guys go back and fix, and you can, you have many chances to answer it correctly. Again, I suggest you guys, listening very carefully to what the lady's saying in the video. I suggest you guys, if you want to write some notes down, you can write some notes, because this all goes back to just listening skills, and so that you have the correct information for your experiment. So if we were to do the first one, I can do it with you guys. What were the basic needs that you needed for a seed to grow? If you guys forget, you can go back to your question here. What were the basic needs? So I remember that they need water, nutrients, air, and sunlight. And I'm going to put done.
That's right. The basic needs of plants include water, nutrients, air, and sunlight. We will put seeds in 4 different conditions. Here's the chart that describes the 4 conditions we will test. Click on the statement that is true about the different conditions. What do you notice about the different setups in this experiment?
So, what I recommend you guys doing is to just look at this question. What do you notice about the different setups in this experiment? So looking at the conditions, we see here light, water, nutrients, and air, okay? If we look at pot number 1, how many things have changed? Is it 1 thing, 2 things? If you look here, it says no light, but there's still water, there's still nutrients, there's still air. So only 1 thing changed. If we look at pot 2, we have light, no water, we still have nutrients, and we still have air. So only 1 thing changed. And pot 3 says light, we still have light, water, we still have water, nutrients, we still have nutrients, but we have no air. So only 1 thing changed. So there are 4 options that you can choose from here that you noticed that was different in this experiment. Did all the pots have water? So let's look. This one did have water, this one did have water, this one had no water, but this one did have water. So this isn't the right answer. If we were to look at, let's say, some pots had more than one thing changed. Nothing changed here. One thing changed here. Only that's it. Here we have light still the same. They only changed water. Everything still stays the same. Light, water, nutrient stays the same. What about air? No air. So only one thing changed in each one. So if only one thing changed, which option here matches with what I just said? And that's, you just click on it, okay? I'm going to have you guys complete the rest of the experiment on your own because, again, I think this is something that you guys just have to read and, do on your own and just take your time to finish. Again, if you get an answer wrong, it's okay. You can go back and re-pick the one that you think is correct. And that's pretty much it for science. It's a pretty simple assignment. I think it's pretty fun. Also, in the paper, on the assignment here, it says to view the video bean time lapse. I think it's it's just a 3-minute video. This is the video. It'll take you to this and you can just watch it. It's only 3 minutes again. And you can just see how a bean starts as a seed and how long it takes for it to grow into the full plant. I think it's really cool. It says 25 days. So I would recommend watching that too if you guys want to use that as a help to answer this question too. And that's pretty much it for science, everybody. Hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, please, 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 please ask and stay safe.